All right, so today I am bringing you a banger video. We're gonna be talking about the 21 remote jobs that you can do at night that are really good for beginners. So absolutely love this topic. I know a lot of people wanna do remote jobs. A lot of people want the night shift. So let's jump into it on this one right after you gently tap the like button with number one on the list, which is going to be a property estimator and transcriptionist. Now you might be thinking, what the heck? Those are two completely different careers. How do those make any sense whatsoever together? Now, a property estimator estimates the value of properties, and a transcriptionist basically takes voice recordings and stuff like that and makes them into the written word. So basically what you typically do is you assess different properties, like for instance, damaged property items, and you do this through description, and then you transcribe that to various different formats. And this helps you to determine the fair replacement value. And companies, especially insurance firms, rely on them for accurate property valuation. Now, an interesting fact about this is in New York, you actually have to add a disclosure if your home is haunted. That's right. If your home is haunted, you have to put a disclosure on the house that it actually is haunted. Not sure how you would determine that objectively, but yeah. Very interesting. So how much does a property estimator make? Well, they make about $80,000 to $107,000 a year. So yeah, this is pretty good money. A lot of the work can be done at night. There's a lot of night shifts available. Isn't the easiest one to get into. You have to kind of be involved in the real estate industry and kind of know your stuff first. So you typically have to get in from other jobs that are real estate related. So if you've ever tried to be a real estate agent or you've worked in something related to the real estate industry, this could be a good one for you. And by the way, here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can check them out. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next on the list is going to be a social media overnight care and community manager. And these are kind of like the Batman of a brand's online presence, a hero guarding the brand in the middle of the digital night. So they basically manage messages from subscribers and viewers and clients and make sure that everything is running smoothly in the middle of the night. And these roles are increasingly common in industries where online engagement is incredibly important, such as tech, retail, or entertainment. And they also manage things like Discord servers, Telegram groups, and various other types of communities, again, in the middle of the night. In this position, you can make about $56,000 to $101,000 a year. Now, speaking about managing social media, I have managed to get this YouTube channel to making 6 figures per month, and I only have to work 4 hours a week to maintain it. And if you want to know exactly how I did that, I reveal all of the secrets in a live training that I'm doing this week. And that live training will be posted down in the description as well as the pinned comment below, so you definitely don't want to miss out on it. But with that being said, if you're watching this in the future, you can click on that same link down in the description, the pinned comment below, and it will tell you the time of the next live training. These have been super fun. There's been hundreds of people that have been showing up to them. I answer any questions that you have. Super fun. I love doing it. And I love helping people also grow their YouTube brands. So yeah, definitely check that out. Link in the description, the pinned comment below. This one, I'm going to go ahead and give a 9 out of 10 opportunity score because I think it's really good for beginners, younger people who don't have work experience. It's really easy to get into these digital marketing and social media related jobs because you basically grew up with social media, so you understand it much better than the average older person. So they don't really have an advantage over you like they would with many other jobs. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can look at them. Next is going to be a safe ride support specialist. And you can think of this position as almost like an air traffic controller, but for rides for vehicles instead of airplanes. And you're basically responsible for monitoring ongoing rides, ensuring safety and efficiency for parents, riders, and drivers. And of course, there's a lot of opportunities for people who want to work at night. And safe ride support specialists make about $51,000 to $84,000 a year. And this is a relatively easy job to get into. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on screen for you. So yeah, this is another good one. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a security analyst. And you're going to be performing tasks such as handling intake queues and labeling data, as well as proposing workflow improvements and supporting investigations to thwart email fraud. They're often employed by IT firms, cybersecurity companies, and large corporations with a digital online presence. And as you can imagine, a lot of these security threats do happen in the middle of the night. And so they need to have people who are on call monitoring things in live action. Now, there are more entry-level security analyst positions. These are typically available at smaller companies, but security analysts actually make $100,000 to $167,000 a year. And it is relatively easy to get into these jobs. Now, I will say it helps if you already come from a tech background. So what I recommend to a lot of people is to get kind of like a IT help desk type role first, then further educate yourself, take some certifications, build up your portfolio, and get into cybersecurity because cybersecurity does tend to pay higher. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can pause the video and check them out. So yeah, security analyst, really good one. You can get into it just by teaching yourself as well, but it's a bit harder to get into than some of the other ones. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be an overnight service desk technician. And this is kind of what I was talking about just a moment ago, basically IT help desk. And basically you're going to be giving technical support to either the company or the company's clients. And as many IT support technicians and IT support specialists and IT help desk people as there are out there, the job is still growing 12% every year. So there's still more and more need for people doing the IT stuff. And service desk technicians make $49,000 to $74,000 a year. Super easy entry-level job to get. Absolutely does not require previous experience or a college degree or anything like that. Extremely beginner friendly. Absolutely love this one, especially for this video being beginner friendly. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen for you. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.5 out of 10 opportunity score. I think it's an amazing place to start. By the way, like this video if you like me dropping the truth, giving you guys the absolute best information. This particular video has 97 pages of research. We basically write a book for every single video to make sure that we do the absolute best that we can for you guys. And by the way, all 97 of these pages were highly edited and curated. So if you appreciate that, go ahead, like the video, subscribe, don't be a lurker. And let's jump into it with the next one on the list, which is Operations Support Associate. And this is somebody who basically aids in daily company operations, and you handle administrative tasks. You also do coordination, troubleshooting, and this is essential in many industries such as finance, technology, healthcare, and retail for maintaining efficiency. And support operations associates make about $47,000 to $67,000 a year. Pause the video to check out some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. And as you can imagine, this is something that is very needed overnight, because if companies are operating overnight, they have to have support operations associates. So yeah, relatively easy one to get into. Also really good for career advancement, because there's higher level jobs like operations manager, etc. you can go into after getting this job. So really good for beginners. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a web search quality rater. And this is where you rate the accuracy and relevance of search results typically on the web. And this is done to help refine and improve search algorithms. So this would be done on, Google or TikTok or YouTube, etc. And this is a position that you are qualified for if you're somebody who regularly searches Google, which you probably do, right? And they make about $60,000 to $111,000 a year. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. So this is one where you can absolutely make a portfolio. You can absolutely do certifications online. You don't need a college degree or previous experience. It's very beginner friendly. Really like this one. I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a community lead. And this is basically the heart and soul of an online community. So you could be part of a Discord, a forum, a Telegram group, etc. And your job is to engage with members. And you want to foster connections and shape the community culture. And it's kind of like being a gardener in a digital landscape. You want to remove trolls from communities, of course, or remove people that are just constantly negative and they're affecting the culture, and make sure the community goes in a positive direction. And community leads make about $51,000 to $92,000 a year. Here's some opportunities. Pause the video, check them out. Now, what would make you uniquely qualified for this is if you're already a fan of whatever company you work with, and you already understand how their company works and their product from a consumer's perspective. This would make you a good community lead. So it's very beginner friendly. So I really like this one. Lots of opportunities out there. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a market research interviewer. And this is somebody who basically gathers survey responses over the phone. And sometimes they'd also do it maybe via a live video. And the US industry for business intelligence, market research, and opinion polling is expected to reach $24.96 billion by 2029. And market research interviewers make about $38,000 to $62,000 a year. Here's some opportunities, put them up on the screen. Now, interestingly enough, this one is another one where it's very easy to get into. And I just think it's kind of interesting. You're doing market research. It's not just like basic customer service. So I think it has a much higher ceiling and you're probably going to learn a lot more. So I really like this, especially at the entry level. Very, very easy to land this job. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 for beginners. Speaking of doing market research, we've done some research on the people who watch this channel, and a lot of you also want to become YouTubers. And that's why I actually coach a small group of people every month on how to actually do that themselves. And we've gotten some insanely good results. For instance, listen to Josh's testimonial. I got him from about 1K per month all the way up to $186,000 a month. And you can check out the full testimonial and also some free training by clicking the link down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. Now, again, I'm very limited in who I can coach, so I can only select a few people. I only select people who are really serious about growing and making money on YouTube. So definitely check it out if you think you are that person. Next is going to be an operations specialist. Now, I wouldn't have said this one is entry level until very recently. With the onset of AI and how it's affecting how operations are done, there are more and more people that are integrating AI into their operations. And so if you know a little bit about AI, for instance, you know how to make prompts and you know how to automate things, which all of this stuff can easily be accessibly learned online. For instance, how to use tools such as Google Sheets, Zapier, and ChatGPT, then you could bring a ton of value to the operations of a company. And operations specialists make about $55,000 to $94,000 a year. And this is very realistic for you to actually get into this job. And by the way, here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can check them out. So it's a little harder to get into, not quite as straightforward as some of the other ones, but I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a virtual solar field representative. And this is basically solar sales, but you're doing it virtually. So you'd be having phone calls with people, or you'd be getting on maybe Zoom calls with people. And you'd basically be educating them and informing them about the different solar products that are available that can help them save money on their electricity. And an interesting fact about solar panels is it's estimated that they last up to 25 to 30 years. And after this 30-year point, the performance of the solar panel will go down, but it actually still keeps working. And people doing this are making crazy money. We're talking $101,000 to $182,000 a year. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can look at them. So I've said it many times on this channel, and I stand on this. I will die on this hill. I think everyone should have at least one sales job in their lifetime, even though I don't think sales is for everyone, right? Not everyone is cut out to do sales. It's a lot of pressure. You know, that's why you make the big money, because you get a lot of pressure put on you. But it's such a massive growing experience. My sales job was one of the best jobs I ever had. I absolutely love it, even though I probably would never want to do it again, because it just helps you grow so much. It helps you come out of your shell, and it teaches you how to understand things from another person's perspective. So absolutely love sales jobs. This is one of the best ones available. Solar sales is amazing right now. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10 opportunity score. But I will say, I do think there's one type of sales job that's even better, and I think it's even easier to get into, and that is technology sales. And this is the one where I've interviewed a bunch of people on this channel that have actually gotten into it. And we're talking about 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that have gotten into it with their first job ever, and they've had success, made up to 6 figures a year in their first year. And why? Because you combine sales, which is one of the best skills you could possibly learn, with the technology industry, which is one of the best industries you could possibly get into. If you want to check out some free training on how you can get into tech sales, I will put that in the link down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. Now, another really interesting one is what's known as a follow-up specialist. This is a job where you follow up with people who are interested in being one of your clients or your customers, or they're already one of your clients and their customers, and they're having some issues. Now, this is common in many different industries, such as healthcare, insurance, telecommunications, retail, and real estate investing. However, depending on the industry you're in, this might be more of a sales role or a customer service role, or kind of a hybrid of the two. And follow-up specialists, generally speaking, make about $43,000 to $65,000 a year. So super easy one to get into. It's also really good to kind of get your foot in the door in the sales industry, where you're doing kind of a semi-sales job, and then you can get more of a pure sales job down the line. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen for you. So yeah, this one's phenomenal for beginners. I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a retirement planning specialist. This is somebody who helps people plan for retirement. Pretty simple. And specifically, they focus on the financial side of things. And a retirement plan specialist makes about $56,000 to $92,000 a year. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can pause the video and check them out. So again, one that's relatively easy to get into. Some companies require a degree, some companies don't. Some companies require experience, some companies don't. But a lot of them that require experience don't really care what job you have. And a lot of them that require a degree don't really care what degree you have. So this is definitely one of those where if they say that they require it, just apply anyways. I've said that many times on the channel. There's lots of different jobs out there that are like that. Even if they say they require this and that, just apply anyways, because it's more of a wish list. And if they like you, they'll still hire you. So yeah, this one's pretty good. I'll go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. It is a little bit harder to get into than some of the other ones on the list. Next is going to be an after hours travel advisor. And this is somebody who advises people on their travels after hours. So as you can imagine, if you are part of a travel agency and someone travels to the other side of the world, they are going to be awake during the daytime there, which is going to be the nighttime for you. Or the inverse, if somebody from the other side of the world is planning to travel to your country, they're probably going to be awake during the daytime, which is the nighttime for you. And so it makes a lot of sense that there are tons of remote jobs for this type of position, because as a travel advisor, you need to be on call in case something goes wrong in the person's trip. And I actually saw an entire YouTube channel dedicated to this exact career. It's the the Travel Babe CEO, which I thought was pretty cool. And travel advisors make about $66,000 to $118,000 a year. So yeah, you can make a ton of money in this career. And it does not require a bunch of previous experience and a college degree and some kind of crazy wish list. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen for you. So yeah, really like this one, especially for beginners. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a remote pre-calculus tutor. So this is exactly what it sounds like. If you're somebody who has the ability to do, pretty basic to intermediate math like algebra, you can tutor other people on how to do it as well. And I know there are some weirdos out there that actually enjoy math, right? Most people hate math, but of course there's some people that enjoy it, right? So if you're one of those people, this could be great for you. And there's actually a ton of money in tutoring, both working as an employee or a freelancer or a contractor, or even starting your own business. I personally made over $100 an hour tutoring when I was in college. And math tutors on average make about $45,000 to $79,000 a year. Pause the video to check out some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. So this can be a really good one for you if you like math, of course. That's the only prerequisite. If you like it and you're good at it, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be an after hours liaison officer. This is somebody who basically coordinates overnight operations, and they serve as the point of contact to clients that have problems in the middle of the night. And liaisons make about $46,000 to $72,000 a year. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. So typically you'd be working with higher ticket clients, people who have big contracts with the company. And that's why they give them their own personal liaison in case something goes wrong. So yeah, really good one. A little bit harder to get into. You also have to have a particular skill set. I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, share this video with a friend, family member, or someone who just needs to get a job. If you like these jobs or you don't like these jobs, or you just want to get someone else's opinion on it, share this video with them. Next is going to be a remote fundraiser. And this is somebody who helps with fundraising, but they do it remotely. And this is ideal for somebody who wants to contribute to meaningful causes while working from the comfort of their home at night. And fundraisers make $68,000 to $124,000 a year. Here's some opportunities. Pause the video, check them out. So this is a very lucrative position. And a lot of the time you'll get paid kind of on commission based on how many funds that you raise. So yeah, really good one. This one is especially good if you know a lot about a particular subject. So for instance, let's just say randomly that you're a veteran, you could be a fundraiser for veteran services. Or you're somebody who struggled with an addiction, you could be a fundraiser for addiction charities or addiction organizations, right? So that's pretty much the only prerequisite you have to have. You don't necessarily have to have a college degree, previous experience, etc. So yeah, this one's pretty good. A little harder to get into. You kind of have to be a very specific type of person. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a remote dispatcher. And this is somebody who typically works in transportation, emergency services, logistics, and utilities. And basically you are the person that people contact in case of an emergency. So everyone knows what 911 dispatchers are. That would be one example, but also dispatchers for if somebody, their car breaks down on the side of the road or something along those lines. And of course, cars break down and emergencies happen all the time in the middle of the night. So there's lots of opportunities for this job. And remote dispatchers make about $42,000 to $64,000 a year. Here's some opportunities, put them up on the screen. So yeah, pretty easy one to get into, really easy. You are dealing with emergency situations, so you have to be kind of, okay operating under pressure. But yeah, really easy one to get into. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a corporate travel specialist. And this is almost like being a travel advisor, but for a corporation. So you're almost like an in-house travel advisor. So you're going to set up things like flights, hotel stays, making sure that everyone has food, and you're going to be adhering to corporate policies. And in some cases, you might be taking care of VIP clients or consultants that come in from other companies, etc. And although some companies do require people who have degrees, the tide is shifting and less companies are requiring this for this position. For instance, this person on Reddit talks about their experience with this subject, and they talked about how they got into it without a degree. And corporate travel specialists make about $53,000 to $78,000 a year. And by the way, here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can check them out. So yeah, this one's pretty good. I'll go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a donation advocate. This is basically somebody who reaches out to people to try to get different donations, and these are healthcare related donations. So donating bone marrow, blood, plasma, donating your kidney, etc. And donor family advocates make about $47,000 to $75,000 a year. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, one of my best friends, his mom actually got a bone marrow donation that saved her life. So this is a really great way to make a huge impact. So yeah, really like this one. Doesn't take a lot of experience, college degree, etc. to get into these roles in many cases. Here's some opportunities. I'll put them up on the screen. You can look at them. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, way, if you want to check out 19 more work from home jobs that you can do at night that are remote, and this is a video, by the way, that got 500,000 plus views, you can check that video out by clicking right here.